I'm Marc Sievers, and this is From My Kitchen to Yours. On today's menu, I'm making truffle butter fettuccine with lots and lots of fresh ingredients. I've started by shucking about a half a cup of fresh peas, and fresh peas are readily in season at the moment, and if you can't find them, you can always use plain frozen peas will work just fine. Shucking peas is kind of therapeutic. It's one of my favorite vegetables, especially in the spring because they're so green and just so delicious. So there's my half a cup of fresh green peas. I have 1 cup of fresh, whole, flat leaf parsley leaves. I've decided to leave them whole because I want them to be more of an ingredient in the dish versus a garnish. Parsley has fantastic flavor, and especially paired with things like peas and truffle butter and tomatoes, it's really going to set off those flavors. I also have 1 cup of fresh heirloom grape tomatoes. I've cut them in half. The bigger ones I've quartered. And these are going to add not only fantastic flavor, but they're going to add beautiful color up against the green parsley and green peas and the creamy, buttery fettuccine. I'm going to go get my water started for my pasta, and we're going to assemble it all together. So I have my big pot of well-salted boiling water on the stove. Woo, it's like and I'm going to add in an entire pound of fettuccine. This is going to feed about 6 people. Oh, this is going to be so delicious. So we're going to cook this for about 9 minutes, and that's going to become perfectly cooked al dente pasta. We're going to come back in and we're going to add our fresh peas the last 30 seconds. So while I'm waiting for my pasta to cook, I have a large saute pan set over medium heat. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to melt our truffle butter. Truffle butter is butter that's actually been infused with black truffles. It has a very earthy kind of organic flavor, and it's very sophisticated and oh so delicious. So I'm going to use about 3½ ounces of truffle butter, and I'm going to let that melt completely. And this is the whole sauce for the pasta. There is no heavy cream. There is no more butter added. There's just going to be some Parmesan cheese right at the end to kind of bring it all together. I'm going to add my tomatoes because I want to get these warm through. I don't want to cook them. I just want to get them a little bit warm. So add those to I'm going to add these to my butter, my melted butter. Single layer, and just let them warm through a little bit. There's no need to really mix it around because you don't want to break the tomato either. You want the tomato and the seeds to all stay intact. At the last 30 seconds, I'm going to add the fresh peas, and that's going to blanch them and then cook them all the way through. So my timer went off, and it's time to drain my pasta. And peas, kind of a unique statement. Add my drained pasta to my warm truffle butter and heirloom tomatoes. I like to grate my own Parmesan cheese on a rasp. It really, there's nothing better than fresh Parmesan cheese, especially in a pasta dish. And I'm going to probably do about ½ a cup, but you can do more if you want. And you want to gently toss it to coat all of that butter on every piece of fettuccine. And some of your tomatoes might break down a little bit. That's completely fine. And I'm going to add my fresh parsley leaves. These beautiful leaves. These will get a little bit of, these will wilt a little bit from the heat too. Toss it all together. You can really smell the parsley when it hits the warm pasta. You can smell the truffle butter. You can smell the tomatoes. Oh, so delicious. Make sure I get some tomatoes and some green peas. I'm gonna finish mine with some more Parmesan cheese. Can never have too much Parmesan. It's my favorite part, the taste test. You can really taste the truffle butter and the burst of the heirloom tomatoes and the freshness of that parsley and those green peas. Such fantastic ingredients. You don't need complicated ingredients to make an absolutely fantastic dinner. I told you at the beginning that I was going to make a super simple but fantastic pasta dish. My fettuccine with truffle butter fits the bill. I'm Marc Sievers, and this is From My Kitchen to Yours. Ciao!